TI family, soul family, awakened ones. Christina Marie here. If you don't know me, I am what is called a targeted individual. I am also a victim of MK Ultra Monarch programming. What it's like to be a victim of MK Ultra. If you accept it, like a lot of people in Hollywood do, music industry, actors, actresses, you can somewhat think for yourself, fragments here and there throughout the day, but your handler and handlers work as teams and use a AI supercomputer that has basically mapped out your brain. So it has basically made a copy paste of you, your soul, your consciousness, your soul, your personality, your nature, your essence, your facial expressions, your every move, from the way that you point your finger to the way that you brush your hair or move your hair off your shoulders to, you know, the way you blink, the way you breathe. All these patterns are mapped out with this technology. So it's like you're replaced with a artificial copy of you. And the reason why they do this is so they can have control. I'll make a perfect example. So say, you know, you have plans to go to the Bahamas. You know how you get all giddy and warm and fuzzy and excited, like, oh, you start envisioning, I can't wait to go to the Bahamas, and you get that feeling of the Bahamas and how it feels, and being at the beach and you can feel the sun and those great feelings. So what happens if you're an MK Ultra victim? Yes, this is how deep it is. Let's just say you pissed your handler off, or you didn't do what you were told. You wanted to be yourself. They can take that away from you. They can replace those feelings with low vibrational feelings, or mimic numbness and mimic, you know, not having any feelings at all. Using this technology, they can actually hit certain parts of your brain and send frequencies and pulses through certain parts of your body to mimic feelings as well, to have more control over your mind. What is called mind control is basically putting the victim, or willing victim in Hollywood, under what is known as hypnosis. And the hypnosis is basically a certain type of frequency, I'm assuming hertz, to the brain, in order to basically numb it down, tone it down, so that way they can have more control over the mind. I hope I'm making sense. So they can dominate it, basically. They can dominate the mind, because the mind is very, very, very powerful. But this is a perfect example of somebody from Hollywood being tortured and being able to see, using this technology, a victim being tortured, not doing what they're told. Hold on while I turn. You'll see a lot of people in Hollywood. You'll see on those like gossip magazines. You'll see a movie star, musician look like they've been on a fucking cocaine binge for like 2-3 weeks. They've dramatically lost weight and look all sucked up, and they look like they're a zombie or dying. I'm not discrediting that they're not doing drugs. However, this is what happens when you disobey. When you disobey your handler and you disobey this supercomputer, it goes in for just unbearable torture. It's unbearable. And it can make you look like death. So this is just a fragment of what somebody who suffers from this technology and MK Ultra goes through. It's very unbearable. A lot of these people in Hollywood and the music industry basically give up their souls, give up their lives, and the supercomputer and their handler will literally tell them how to sleep, shit, shower, eat, walk, literally walk, talk. They will insert words, what I call the suggestion box, which is your brain. They will actually use V2K, which is voice to skull, and a lot of people think that it's voices in the brain when it's actually radio frequency that's being directed towards your inner ears. It's basically like bone conductive. This technology is incredible, and I wish a lot more people had a better understanding and more knowledge. The information's out there, you just really have to dive in and look for it, but it's really hard to explain unless you've actually experienced it hands-on, which a lot of us targeted individuals have. We're victims of this. And in order to get a successful Monarch programming or MK Ultra programming, the victim must endure a lot of trauma-based experiences throughout their life, so that way the victim could disassociate with self, and it's easier to program their minds and create even alter egos, alter personalities, and that I will do another video on how they program alter egos and alter personalities as well. This technology is incredible. But it's definitely a death trap. It really is. It's for just full control. And it's very sad. These people in Hollywood and the music industry look like, it's all fun and games for them, and they can do whatever they want, and they can buy whatever they want. But no, they can't. They have no soul. And it's a shame. They have no soul, and they cannot even think for themselves. They're not allowed to think for themselves. They're not allowed to think for themselves anymore, so it's not all glitter and gold. I'll do another video on how they program the minds and create alter personalities and alter egos.